Utah Capitol Journal 2012, brought to you by Comcast and the Utah Cable Television Association.
Comcast Cares Day was a huge success. Comcast would like to thank the more than 3,100 employees, families, and community volunteers who gave of their time to enhance 11 elementary schools, city parks, and other organizations across the Wasatch Front to help kids and community members power their dreams. With your support, we made a lasting difference for thousands of students and community members in need. Thank you, and special thanks to our partner, KFC, for providing lunch.
Comcast Cares!
Hello, I'm Dale Zabriskie. Welcome to Capitol Journal, appearing 24 minutes after each hour on CNN Headline News and on Comcast On Demand throughout the legislative session. Our guest for this segment is Representative Lynn Hemingway. Representative Hemingway, thank you for being with us. Earlier on in the session, you told us about a bill you were running to deal with military families.
I did.
Tell us what's happened.
I did. It's a bill to allow military spouses, when they're transferred, to collect unemployment while they're eligible for that if they have to give up a job when they leave the state. I've felt very good about this. We got a unanimous vote out of committee in the House. We got a unanimous vote off the floor of the House. Got a unanimous vote out of the Senate for the Senate committee.
That doesn't happen very often.
Well, it doesn't. And what surprised me was that we ran into huge problems on the floor.
Of the Senate.
Of the Senate. And Karen Main ran the bill in the Senate. And we got in, there was a discussion about doing too much for military families. I had hoped that that wasn't about my bill, but it was kind of included. There were two bills in there at the same time. So thank goodness for Karen, who is very strong. And it's just very difficult for a Democrat to get things done up here. So that fight on the floor of the Senate was so out of character for military families. So it did get off the floor, had 5 votes against it. And it did get off the floor. It's, I think, on the governor's desk now, waiting for his signature. We're looking forward to that. And I just, I'm really happy that as a Democrat, it's hard to get things done up here, and I just feel so fortunate that we were able to get that through.
There seems to be this session, I mean, the media has called this session boring because there aren't any fights. And there seems to, historically, very seldom does it, in my experience, does a vote come down to strictly party line votes. But there seems to be even more cooperation. Your bill passed, other bills have passed. Do you sense that this session?
I don't sense a huge clash, but that vote was a party line vote. The 5 votes against the bill were Republicans. And I feel like this session's been, there's going to be some really controversial things come up later in the session. When we get to the sex ed bill and things like that, you're going to you may see some party line votes. I'm not sure, but we haven't seen as many this year as we ordinarily do. So, but this is only my 6th year up here.
So, what are some of the other things that you're following?
Well, I actually have a House Bill 110 that is a renters' rights piece of legislation that I'm in negotiations right. It popped out of rules so fast that I didn't really have time to get the bill negotiated and done right. I've talked to the chairman of the committee, and we're going to put it on the agenda for interim, and we'll work through that bill in interim. Hopefully we can get it done. I need to see what other states are doing.
Now, for our viewers who don't understand interim, these are after the session each month on the 3rd Wednesday. You meet as a legislature in committees and consider legislation that you didn't have time or need more discussion than possible during this session.
That's correct.
That's what you're talking about.
In general, if you get a bill through interim and the committee approves it, it's a little easier to get passed in the next session.
Thanks for being with us, Representative.
Well, thank you. It's so good to see you.
Thanks for being with us. Please join us again for Capitol Journal.